Round one, fight! Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Movie Hero Network. I am Austin Pez Howell, your host this evening. Jordan is on assignment at FanX in Salt Lake City, meeting all the big stars around Salt Lake City. But I am here hosting Tournament Fights number 167. This is our Best of 2008 Ladder Series Championship this evening. We had part one on Monday night, part two on Wednesday night, and it'll all come to a head with our short bracket, our half bracket of 32 this evening. The 32 survivors from those two tournaments will duke it out this evening to see who reigns supreme for 2008. But I can't do this one alone. I do have a panel of people to help me out here tonight. So I'll introduce kind of my temporary co-host for this evening, the bracket master, the master of the ladder matches, Mr. Malcolm Blake. What's going on, Malcolm? How you doing?
It's going good. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting one today. We've got some movies make it in that I didn't expect would make it in, but you'll get there.
We'll get there when we get there. We'll see how far they make it, right? They might not make it out of the first round of this one. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. We got a couple more people to introduce. I got Chris Diaz. What's going on, Chris?
Not much. Here to right the ship around some of the choices that made from part two.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, no, only the Elite Eight get to move on this time, so we'll see which ones make that Elite Eight. Got Richie Goodacre. What's up, Richie?
Hey.
When he's not here on Tournament Fights, he's complaining about the accessibility of stand-up comedy clubs in Australia. So hopefully he gets some things done.
Yeah. No, eventually. Hopefully. But good to be here. I was here for like most the first half of the second part two, and I'm pleasantly surprised Man of Wire got through. It's a good documentary, so I'll be kind of pulling for it in this one. So
that one's definitely in here. We'll kind of give a little brief recap as we get going of what happened in parts 1 and 2. We also have Maria Hammond. How you doing, Maria?
I'm fine. How are you? Everybody ready to have some fun? I mean, let's get upset and annoyed again.
Totally. Well, there's no need for anyone to be annoyed here. We're on time. We're gonna have a short show. It'll be a good one.
It's fine. It's good. It's all good. I was just making fun of myself.
And him as the master of the Pierce Co. and the ASAT over there. What's up, JPO? Jordan Owens. What's going on, sir?
Just drink my prime. Thank you, Logan Paul, for sending me a case, and I'm ready.
All right. Get him on Movie Hero Network at some point. We'll boost these numbers.
He's in airplane mode. Has anyone ever seen airplane mode?
Okay.
Did they come out 2008?
I don't know. Just don't watch it. I don't know. Whenever year it came out.
Like I said, we've already done parts 1 and 2. The 16 from each of those episodes have made it in here tonight. I was going to say, part 1, we had a winner of, who won part 1 again? Why am I blanking already? The wrestler, that's right. The wrestler won.
Yeah, right.
Won. And as Richie said, the documentary Man on Wire kind of pulling out the underdog victory in part 2 there. So we'll see which one takes it here this evening. Yeah. Most of you guys are all familiar with Tournament Fights. For anybody tuning in, tonight will be a half bracket of 32. So it'll be a pretty quick show. We'll go around the horn. Everybody will get a chance to vote match by match. We'll keep it to 20 or 30 seconds. We'll have a nice breezy quick show. And we'll see which one makes it. The Elite Eight from this one will not only be in the poll, but the Elite Eight, no matter what movies they are, will survive to face the competition from 2007, which we'll get to in about a month or so. That's how the ladder series works, is whatever movies hang on will go on to the next tournament. So we will see what happens there, and we'll see which one takes it all the way. Anybody got any questions, comments, concerns? You guys all know what's going on. This should be quick and painless, but if not, I will say it's main event time, so let's get hyped because it's time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And now, it's time!
Figure out bust that out for
Yeah,
championship
Bruce
episodes. Hell yeah, Bruce Buffer. All right, Bruce. He's hyped this up. Let's get it going. Malcolm, what do we got first?
Got Duchess versus Madagascar 2.
Okay, I was surprised that one made it. All right, we'll start at the bottom. JPO, you'll be up first, and we'll rotate the order each time. But you get to be lucky number one, sir. What you got?
Yeah, time period pieces aren't necessarily my thing, so I never saw the Duchess and Madagascar. While it's not a high trilogy, I don't mind any of the Madagascar. So Escape to Africa will get my vote.
Okay, sounds good, Miss Maria.
I love the second movie. I love the penguins and their flight problems, and they're just. I think all those movies are good. I mean, a couple of them are better than the others, but on the other hand, it's great. So I'm Madagascar. I don't know what the Duchess is, and she looks very tight. In her corset.
She sure does. Man, be comfortable, Richie.
Yeah, from memory, like I think a lot of people didn't see the Duchess. It just went up against really bad competition, so I just won by default. And Madagascar too. It's probably one of my favorite of the franchises. It's really fun. I think Madagascar as a trilogy is kind of underrated at this point. Yeah, it's fun. So I'll go Madagascar too.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, I haven't seen Duchess, but see about watching for this, but didn't have time. I like Madagascar too a lot. It's a one of my personal favorite, but I think that one's pretty funny. The maternity joke is my personal favorite joke from Madagascar. But Madagascar too.
All right. Yeah, Mr. Melvin.
Like to move it.
I mean, if memory serves, this is actually a rematch from part 2 because they're both in the same bracket. But I'll give the lone vote to the Duchess. I really like it. So yeah.
Yeah, no, and I'm gonna go with Madagascar. That second one's my favorite of the trilogy. I do think the Penguins of Madagascar is probably the best overall movie.
Oh my God, so
that one's really funny. If I had to pick one from the franchise, but the Duchess is everything that I look at a poster and go, yeah, that movie's not for me. People in corsets and powdered wigs, dancing around in a ballroom. Yeah, no, it's not for me. So Madagascar gets my vote.
Know your limitations. That's always a good thing.
I just know I'm not gonna like it, so I don't even bother. All right. Yeah.
Next up, we've got Jumper versus Marley and Me.
Jumper and Marley and Me. Okay.
Marley and Me, crushing pain.
All right. Maria, you'll be up for Marley and Me and Jumper.
Ay. Cute dog, crushing pain. Jumper I haven't seen, but that dog thing really got me. I'm going to go with Jumper just because I don't know. I just don't feel like Marley and Me today.
All right. Yeah, Richie.
I don't mind Marley and Me, but yeah, I think once is enough. I don't know if I'm really gonna be in the mood to watch, and I just I can't deal with dying dogs or if a dog gets certain movies. It's just I don't know. It's weird. It's like one of those things where just it's be sensitive. And Jumper, I think while the concept is kind of cool, I think the execution wasn't great. Kristen Stewart and early Kristen Stewart in it too. But yeah, I will go Marley and Me just because I think overall it's a better movie. But I don't mind. I guess I don't mind if Jumper goes through, but I just didn't. I think they didn't land the execution. But yeah, I'll go Marley and Me.
All right, Chris.
Yeah, there's one or two movies that were asked on this thing that on my worst of the year list. I don't like Jumper at all. I think Samuel Jackson's fine in it. I think he's the best thing about the movie as the villain, but the movie overall is poorly executed. Not fun.
So you do like something about it. You can't say you don't like it at all if you just said you like Samuel Jackson.
Yeah,
Hayden Christensen acting really bad in that movie. I go Marley and Me, despite depressing as hell. It is a dog lover. That's good.
All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, I think Richie said it best. Like, Jumper's an interesting concept, but just wasn't executed great. Like, I enjoy the movie for what it is, but I just think Marley and Me is a really good movie. Like, even though it is a hard watch, but Marley and Me is my vote.
Yeah, this was interesting because I almost don't want to vote for Marley and Me because I don't like dog trauma either because I'm a dog guy, and it bothers me. Jumper used to come on FX like all the time. If anybody ever had the channel, like it's just all the damn time, every Sunday afternoon. I swear to God, it was on that. It was on. Not bad, but not great either.
Okay.
Marley and Me's probably the better movie overall, but I don't want to watch it ever again. JPO.
What did you vote for just now, Marley?
Yeah, I'll vote for Marley because it's probably the better
really
movie.
wasn't clear.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I'll vote for it. I don't ever want to watch it again, though.
Yeah. No, I would have voted for Jumper here. I think Marley and Me is just manipulative. I think it's just a very mediocre movie here that only makes it tough because of what it is, not because it executes it well. Jumper's also a little bit messier, but I definitely go to Jumper again. So Jumper.
Okay, that was still a close one, but Marley will move on 4-2.
Fucking dog.
Lovely.
Not
You just
dying.
did it
Dogs,
again.
man. Look
He
at that
dies
dog
in the
just-
movie. Can he die in this tournament now, people?
Yeah. He
No,
might.
I love you.
Okay, in Bruges and Journey to the Center of the Earth. All right.
Is there any comparison of these two? I mean, oh well.
It's the championship. They all deserve at least a chance. Let's
Okay.
at least give them a chance. Richie.
What if Brendan
Yeah,
Fraser-
Journey to the Center of the Earth is fine. I don't know. Like it's largely. I find it largely forgettable. It's all right. Brendan Fraser's got enough charisma to carry the film. It's all right. It's a good movie. In Bruges is fun. In Bruges is my type. I like black comedy, and I love In Bruges. I own it, and it's great. So In Bruges.
All right, Chris.
In Bruges in my top 5 of that year. In Bruges, it's one of the most funniest movies from that year.
Mm-hmm. All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, Journey to the Center was just lucky to get here. Just went up against not great competition, but In Bruges is great, and let's get my vote.
So I'm halfway through In Bruges.
Did you watch it? Oh, good.
Well, sort of. I'm halfway through it, and I'm also waiting for it to be as good as everyone says it is. I'm waiting for it.
Oh,
Not totally there yet with it. I'm halfway through, and I'm kind of
That's
waiting
the
for
trouble
it
with everybody
to
liking
click into the gear that everybody says it is, because I'm nowhere near as invested as I was with Banshees. Maybe it'll get really good. I don't know. I'm about 50 minutes in, and I'm not seeing it just yet. But I'll give it to it because it's somewhat better than Journey so far. But I don't hate Journey this yet. JPO.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty much following in line with what's been said for the majority. I don't mind Journey at all, but it is very much like a kind of you get in, you get out, fun little mostly CGI, effects movie. In Bruges is a lot of fun here, really good script here, as you've seen from other movies with Farrell and the director. So yeah, In Bruges.
All right, Anna Maria.
Yeah, I like I like Journey. I think it's fun. I mean, the kids like it when they have the grandkids over that we watch it every now and then. But In Bruges, I just loved it from the beginning. So I'm sorry. It's one of these deals where everybody loves it so much they've talked too much about it, and now you're like, and
I'm waiting. I'm going to finish it because I have to for me and Jacob's show tomorrow. We'll talk about it.
In Bruges is my vote, though. Okay.
All right, In Bruges, you'll take it, Malcolm. Clean
Gotta
sweep.
take my dog out here. Go dog.
Be kind, rewind.
Go on.
Ghost Town. Okay. All right. Interesting. Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking. I like both of these movies a lot. I really love Be Kind of Rewind. Kind of go back to the video store thing. Yeah, as much as I like Ghost Town, Be Kind of Rewind is very underrated Jack Black movie. So Be Kind of Rewind.
Go.
Okay. All right. Malcolm.
I've heard a lot of good things. I had heard a lot of good things about Ghost Town, and when I watched it, I was just it was fine. Like, I've never been a big fan of Ricky Gervais as an actor. But yeah, Be Kind Rewind was a massive surprise, and it's one that I got to really late, but I think it's still worth it. Especially, it just reminds me of those times as a kid where you just want to recreate all these movies and you just don't have the funds. So Be Kind Rewind gets my vote here.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. No, this is interesting. I've only seen Be Kind Rewind one time. I'm due for a rewatch on it. I think I rented it when it came out, ironically. Probably from a Blockbuster.
Did you rewind it?
It was a DVD, so I didn't have to.
I know. Funny enough, I don't think there is a VHS release of this movie.
Yeah, right.
There might be like a little one, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. But I might show a little of the Ghost Town here. I think that's a really underrated Ricky Gervais movie. I find it really charming and nice, and I dig it. So I'm gonna go Ghost Town with this one, actually. JPO?
My cats are just beating the shit out of each other again. Does anyone know who directed Be Kind Rewind?
Michelle Gondry.
Michelle Gondry of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. So yeah, no, I like Ghost Town. I actually don't mind it at all. But I am that much more charmed. I love the spirit of Be Kind Rewind, and it's got a great director. So I'm gonna vote for that.
Hey, all right, cool. Maria?
I'm trying to get my dog to calm down. Sorry if that's interfering with anybody. Excuse me. I like Be Kind Rewind, but I like Ricky Gervais. I love his, when he's hosting something and he's so awful. So I'm gonna vote for Ghost Town. Sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. Richie.
Yeah, I like Be Kind Rewind. A good love letter to the film and film fandom, and yeah, I like the recreating Filthy Friends. That's kind of cool. And I miss seeing Mos Def movies, or whatever his name is now. I guess he goes by doing it.
Yassine Bey.
Huh?
Yassine Bey.
Yassine Bey. Yeah. But I'm gonna go Ghost Town here too. I think it's underrated. I think it's a kind of sort of a charming movie, quite funny, and yeah, I think the chemistry between Ricky Gervais and is it Tia Leone is pretty good. So I'm gonna go Ghost Town.
All right, so we got our first tie of the evening. We rotate the tie-breaking vote up the ladder, and that person has all the power. So JPO, you're at the bottom. You got the first one. You stick with Michelle Gondry there. Yeah,
you're damn right. Yeah, no,
damn right.
I do like a couple notches above. So yeah.
All right, sounds good. Be Kind Rewind and move on. 16. All right, and go to Cloverfield and Valkyrie. Okay. All right, Malcolm, you're up first.
Yeah, I only had the time to watch one movie for this, and it wasn't Valkyrie. I like Cloverfield, and I think it's great. So Cloverfield gets my vote.
Yeah, I haven't seen Valkyrie since the one time I saw it in the theaters with my dad. I thought it was okay. It's fine. But Cloverfield, yeah, is one of my favorite found footage movies and one of my favorite theater experiences I ever had. So I'll go with Cloverfield. JPO?
Yeah, Valkyrie is kind of dope in some ways, but yeah, Cloverfield I like the concept and even the marketing. But yeah, I'm inching towards Cloverfield. It's more up my alley.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Maria?
I'm the opposite. I watched Cloverfield. It was good, but I like Valkyrie, and of course I love Tom Cruise, so I'm gonna vote for Valkyrie.
Okay, cool. Richie?
Yeah, Valkyrie's okay, but I recently rewatched Cloverfield, and yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I think it's just a great found footage movie, and yeah, so yeah, I'll go Cloverfield.
All right, sounds good. Chris?
Yeah, I like both these movies. I think Valkyrie is better at with ensemble than with Tom Cruise. I think the ensemble can't really elevate the material. The story itself is interesting. But Cloverfield is one of the best found footage movie ever. And it led to a great sequel, not the third one. We don't talk about that.
True.
But so yeah, Cloverfield.
Okay, Cloverfield to move on, Malcolm. And what's up next?
We've got The Wrestler up against Step Brothers.
Ooh, tough one here. Oh boy. All right. Here we go. And I gotta go first. Damn it. All right. This one, my only way I can judge this one might be how many times I've seen it. Step Brothers, probably a dozen. The Wrestler, maybe 3 or 4, because I gotta be in the right mood to watch it. So I'm actually gonna give it to Step Brothers here, just by a hair. JPO.
Oh, I hate that logic. I never understood that logic. Because of course you've seen Step Brothers more. You're not gonna be, man. I really feel like being depressed for the 12th time. No, of course you're gonna jump in a bit.
Schindler's List. Whoopee, let's look forward to that.
No, I mean the brother things though are hard to judge because again, it just very much depends on what are you looking for here. If you're looking for a great comedy, obviously you go Step Brothers. If you're looking for good drama, but also too, I'm gonna give the rest of my vote for many reasons. One, obviously, it's I'm a little more attached to it personally. But also, I do think it's a different kind of world that we don't see in almost any other movie here. At least Step Brothers you can kind of find in a lot of other movies. The Wrestler you can't. So The Wrestler.
You make a good point, JPO.
Yeah.
Has Step Brothers ever won anything? I mean, has it won ever?
I don't say that. I don't ever tell that.
It did win the Catalina wine mixer, so come on.
Okay. I just didn't want. I mean, the reasoning for some of these movies was the other night was like, well, it's never had a chance to win anything, so that's what I was placing that on. God darn it! I'll vote for The Wrestler because I love JPO and he loves it. So I mean, I think it's a great movie. There's no doubt about it. But it's not one I'm going to watch again because I don't like being depressed. But it's a good movie.
All right.
I probably have seen The Wrestler more though, personally.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen Step Brother a lot though too.
Richie.
Yeah. Look. I'm used to being depressed by now, so I've seen The Wrestler more times as Check.
You don't have to get used to being depressed.
I know that sounds bad, morbid, but yeah, I'm fine. I'm doing okay. But I'm not as big as Brothers as other people are. I do like it, but yeah, The Wrestler, obviously maybe because again, not as attached to the world as I mean, I'm a huge fan, but I'm not as attached to the world. I don't work within the world as much as JPO, but I'm still attached to it in some respects. So and it just sort of hit me a lot harder than Step Brothers did, obviously. And it's just a great story. So, but yeah, so I'll get The Wrestler.
Okay, Chris.
I thought they had a coin toss to decide who would win. I did go with The Wrestler and much I love Step Brother, not even my favorite comedy from this 2008.
Let's know what the other guys.
No, another one on here. Then my other favorite one didn't even make it to the championship. So, The Wrestler.
I didn't see you throw a coin. Where was a coin?
It was a loud noise. You heard when early.
Malcolm.
I'm not as high on Step Brothers as everyone else is. But it's a good movie. But I just love The Wrestler. I think it's an excellent movie. So The Wrestler gets my vote here.
All right, so The Wrestler will hang on 5-1.
Semi-pro up in
Star Trek, one of our hangers-on from the previous 2009 series. Back down to JPO for you up first.
Sorry, Will. At least for me, you're not having a good tournament so far because I like semi-pro, but I do find it one of his messier comedies, probably easily the least of this year. Star Trek, I really like. I think just about everything it hits pretty well. So Star Trek definitely gets my vote here.
All right, Maria.
Star Trek all the way. I love that movie.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, semi-pro. I kind of learned to appreciate more, and I really like it now. Like on repeat viewings, the first viewing in the cinemas, I was like, yeah, this was there's a lot of misfires here, but yeah. At the end of the day, I do like the movie now, but yeah, I do like Star Trek more, so I'll go Star Trek.
All right, Chris.
Semi-pro only had one funny thing with the bear and Star Trek and Memorable. So, rap music for Star Trek movie. Star Trek.
Malcolm.
Yeah, I think semi-pro is fine, but I just really love the 2009 Star Trek movie, so Star Trek.
Yeah, no, I'll vote for Star Trek here as well. But yeah, I do think semi-pro is kind of better than people give it credit for, mainly because it avoids the tropes of sports movies a lot. And people actually get along. There's no breakup period of the team or anything like that, and I appreciate that. But I'll still go Star Trek here, so I'll make it sweet. So sweet for Star Trek, Malcolm, and we'll move it on down.
7 pounds up against Up in the Air.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really weird matchup.
Yeah. Maria's up first this time.
Up in the Air, I think. I did 7 pounds the other day, but I watched Up in the Air again. It was just happened to be on TV last night, regular TV. And I went, oh, it's more charming than I thought. So, yeah, Up in the Air.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, I saw 7 pounds once. It didn't really stick with me. It was good, but yeah, it's not like one that I kind of remember. Really remember that. Will Smith's filmography that much. But Up in the Air is great, so I'm gonna stick with Up in the
Air. Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, Up in the Air, my second favorite Jason Reitman movie behind Juno, and I do love Up in the Air a lot. It's great performance for Joe Clooney and Anna Kendrick is fantastic in it. So get my vote.
Yeah, Malcolm.
Yeah, I like Seven Pounds. I think it's a good movie, but Up in the Air is a fantastic movie. It's just really good. So Up in the Air gets my vote.
Yeah, no, I'm going to follow the same way. I mean, Up in the Air is in my 128. I pushed really hard for this movie to make it before and really win. I think this movie's phenomenal and very, very rewatchable. So I'll give it to Up in the Air as well. And we'll go down to JPO for the final vote.
If I'm paying attention, I think there might be a clean sweep here. I like 7 pounds, but I think overall a couple scenes outshadow the rest of the movie. Well, I think Up in the Air is kind of good, great from beginning to end. Several great side performances as well on top of Clooney. I think Reitman is really directed a really good movie and wrote it as well. So Up in the Air.
Yeah, it is a sweep for Up in the Air. I mean, look at all those accolades on the poster. I mean, all those people can't be wrong, right?
No, it's a dope film.
Yeah, right.
That's the first side already. It's 25 minutes in.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hot damn.
It's great, right? We can all move on to other things.
Yeah, that's
we
a 627. Damn.
We can play trivia right afterwards. See?
Ooh, who's got a dot? I got a dot.
All right. We got what we got? Walt.
Wally up against the promotion.
Ooh.
Promotion. Okay. Richie's up first.
Eva.
Yeah. That's probably the promotion is is underrated. I think it's a good movie. I think like Sean Scott and John C. Reilly have good chemistry here. John C. Reilly had a very busy 2008. It seems. And we talked about it on Rankum Sean William Scott a couple of months ago, which you can see on take 3. It's no near as good as Wally. Wally probably should be top contender on the tournament. Wally is a great animated film. I think it's I think it's one of the best Pixar outings, to be honest. And I honestly don't understand why people don't like it. It's good. It's great. Wally.
We'll see if the rest of the people on this panel like it, Chris.
I haven't seen a promotion. That movie I didn't hear about until I came up for this. I like Wally. I don't hate Wally. I just think this first half is better than the second half of Wally. I don't like the human stuff that much. Wally did my vote, but what made it fall for me? And that's part.
All right. Malcolm.
Yeah, I'm not that high on Wally. I think it is a good movie. It's just one of the Pixar movies I don't go back to as much.
Say that to the cute robot's face. Say that to the cute. Say you're not high on Wally. You can't.
I would totally say that.
You would. You would not.
But I watched the promotion for this, and it's a really good movie. So I'm gonna go to promotion.
Okay. I don't know what the promotion is. I must have not. I don't think I was here when it showed up in the second tournament. So I just looked it up. It's about 2 managers of a grocery store. I work at a grocery store, so maybe I'd like it. I don't know. Maybe I'd appreciate that. But I have not seen it. So, but I really like Wally. So, go Wally. JPO.
I kind of agree with some of the down sentiments for Wally. I think there's some really good moments, but unless we do a Sean William Scott or John C. Reilly tournament fights, when else are we going to talk about the promotion? So I'm going to show the promotion some love.
Okay, fair enough. Maria.
Wally. Are you crazy, guys? I'm kidding. You're allowed to like what you like. I like Wally. I think it's a good movie. I thought it was charming when I first saw it. I think it's still charming when I watch it with my grandkids. I haven't seen the promotion. I might, if I had, maybe that would have changed it. But I'm going to go for Wally.
All right. Wally will take it 4-2 and at least hang on for this one. All right.
Right. We've got Frost Nixon up against the Dark Knight.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. All right. Chris.
I love both of these movies. You know what? As much as I love Frost Nixon, I had to go Dark Knight. It is my favorite Batman movie. It is my favorite performer in a Batman movie with Heath Ledger. And I think it overall great crime movie with a really good script. The script doesn't get taught a lot about, but the script, especially with Joker stuff, is some of the strongest finding comic book movie. Yeah, Dark Knight.
All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, we barely talked about the Dark Knight Part 2. It just had the most easiest run out of a lot of them.
Well, as it tends to do in a lot of tournaments,
No, it was a case of anyone voting for this over the Dark Knight? But Dark Knight moves on.
Yeah.
That's how it is. But yeah, I like the Dark Knight, but I think Frost Nixon is the better movie. Like Dark Knight's not my favorite out of the Nolan Batman trilogy, so Frost Nixon gets my vote.
All right, so I'll say this: I will sometimes vote for a different movie if I really like that movie. As far as like something like Frost Nixon's, that was my favorite of the Best Picture nominees that year. I thought that could have won. I liked it more than Slumdog. You know what? I'll champion the underdog here because I see where it might go, as Malcolm would say. So I'll go Frost Nixon. We'll see. JPO.
Maybe later, but not quite yet. I can't vote against Dark Knight right now. So yeah, Dark Knight's gonna get my vote. One of my favorites of all time.
No, I get it. Maria.
Best Batman movie ever made. I cannot believe.
Oh, yeah.
Richard Nixon was a crook, so I don't care about him. I voted for him, by the way. That's just to show you how that goes.
Yeah.
Right.
Dark Knight all the way. I wouldn't vote for Nixon even if it's on somebody's acting it.
Maria's not a crook.
His jowls and his sweat on TV. It was horrible.
I just know Nixon as a character in Futurama for most part.
He's good at Futurama.
Yeah, he's great.
He's in his jar, isn't he?
Yeah.
Richie?
Sometimes he has a
Yeah,
robot.
I mean, I would have gone Frost Nixon for the same sort of logic. Yeah, I mean, I do. I disagree with Malcolm. I think Dark Knight is a slightly better movie, but Frost Nixon is great, and I think it. Yep, I'm with you. It should probably. I would have had it win Best Picture of that. Yeah, it's a really good film. Even though most of the time it's people talking. I know.
Hey, your host this evening appreciates intense people talking in rooms movies. I appreciate those movies. Oppenheimer's one of my favorites of the year this year.
Yeah. So I'll give my love for Frost Nixon because Frank Langella is amazing to me, and so is Michael Sheen's underrated as an actor in general. I think Michael Sheen is fantastic. So yeah, I'll go Frost Nixon.
Okay. Well, that'll make it a tie, but it'll go to Maria. Maria.
Batman.
Batman, okay. All right. Hey, Batman was the other night. That's the Dark Knight. All right, anyways.
All right, you know what I meant.
All right.
Role models up against Bronson.
Okay. Malcolm's up
That's
first
tricky
on this
dick
one.
right there.
Sure is.
Yeah, if I had the time, I would have got around to watching Bronson. I just didn't. But so I'll go role models.
All right. Yeah, this is an interesting one because I'm gonna have to argue for Bronson on Battleground very soon. But it's cool because I like that movie. I think that movie's really underrated and great. However, I think Role Models may be one of the most low key, like best comedies of the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just it works. The characters are great. I even like the role playing stuff. You know, the LARPing stuff. You know, is a lot of fun. And I think everything about it just works great. So I'll go Role Models here. But yeah, if it was a different one, maybe we'll put Tom Hardy up against somebody at some point in a tournament fight. We'll see. But yeah, I'll go Role Models. JPO.
Yeah, Role Models. Yeah, I think it's instantly rewatchable as well. That's definitely one you can pop in a lot. So Role Models will get my vote.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy versus Logan Marshall Green.
Yeah, like Tom Hardy. And then we can have Margot Robbie versus what's her name? Not Margot Robbie.
Master Mimi.
Yeah, Samara Weaving.
Yeah.
Maria.
Oh boy. Bronson is the only movie that I've watched in the last maybe 5 years that I was completely shocked, completely taken aback, but could not take my eyes off.
Hey, Maria, quick question.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Way too many times in that movie. No, I just think it's kind of brilliant in its own fucked up way. You know, I mean, I was like, I could not take my eyes off. I was just 3:00 in the morning. I don't usually stay up and watch movies that late. I'm gonna vote for Bronson. I mean, I know that's probably stupid and a waste of vote, but I'm really still taken aback by it. So yeah, Bronson.
Did you see Tom Hardy naked and just say,
"Oh, hot, want to touch the hiney"?
I'm not really attracted to to Tom Brady. I was gonna say that's not true.
Like, you know,
It's Tom Hardy. I'm not really. Yeah, I know.
But are you attracted to Charles Bronson? See, that's
yeah, I know. Well, yeah, I was back in the day. Yeah, no, I just he doesn't do it for me. But I think it's so shocking. I mean, who has a movie like that? Nobody. It's crazy. He did a great job with it. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm actually probably gonna pump for Bronson as well. That movie's nuts, and I think Tom Hardy does a really good job. And yeah, you see a lot of graphic imagery in that movie, including some dude doing bronzing. I won't explain what that is until
Everybody needs to watch it. Let's put it that way.
you can,
At least once.
If you want to look that up, look it up at your own peril. Okay, so yeah, I'll go Bronson.
Oh, damn it. I just looked up bronzing.
Right.
Okay. Anyways, Chris.
I haven't seen Bronson. I love role model. What do you have for breakfast? Let me guess. Cocaine. Yeah. Yeah, role model.
Cocaine.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Fuck off, Daisy. So yeah, role model.
Sure is.
McCain, bitch.
So role models moves on.
It's 4-2, Malcolm. Now we're getting the spirit of things.
Bye, Tom. And your dick.
Taken up against Iron Man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, I'm up first on this one. This is a tough one, yeah, because I think the original Taken is great. The sequel's not so much.
You should have stopped it right there. Yep.
I could almost say the same for a lot of the MCU as well. The original is pretty great.
Exactly.
Some of the sequels not so much. But I'll go with Iron Man here. Iron Man might be good enough to win one of these tournaments eventually. So we'll see. But JPO.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, I have a lot of fun with Taken, but it's no more than like a 3.5 like fun action flick. Iron Man still holds up. Great origin story. We don't have the rest of the MCU without it. RDJ's revival. Yeah, Iron Man for sure.
All right.
JPO takes my thoughts always. It's like, yeah, Taken's fun. The first one, kind of like Cold Pursuit, which I love. Have you seen that, Liam Neeson? Yeah. But Iron Man started it all. I mean, RDJ, he was washed up and nothing, and now, God Almighty, he's so good in that movie, and it still holds up. I watched it, I don't know how many times. I love it. Iron Man for me.
All right, Richie.
Sorry, man.
Taken's a really good action film, but I don't think anyone expected it to be as good as it is. And yeah, I think it kind of maybe got watered down by the sequels, unfortunately. Yeah, and people forget how good that initial one is. Yeah, and Iron Man still is one of the best MCU movies that we've gotten so far, and it's the first one. But yeah, and it's quite an important movie. And yeah, I still go back to it. It's really, really good. So I'll go Iron Man.
All right, Chris.
Yeah, Taken's fine. It's fun. That dialogue scene alone is one of the best parts of Taken. But Iron Man, this fight turned into almost a Transformer fight at the end with Diamond versus Iron Man. It's a great MCU movie, and it's what started the MCU. So, Iron Man.
Iron Man. All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, I like Iron Man. It's like probably about the middle of my MCU ranking. I'm planning on doing an complete MCU rewatch eventually this year, but I would have gone slightly Taken.
Okay, but 5-1 for Iron Man. Take it on this one. All right.
Spider Chronicles up against Moneyball.
All right.
Spider Chronicles made it.
Yeah.
I don't remember making it.
GPO.
Another one that they have too much thought. Like, no hate towards Spiderwick, but it's a forgettable kids flick. Nothing I would ever really felt the need to go back to. Moneyball, again, I believe this is a Sorkin script, which is always a good thing. Never a bad thing, not even once. And yeah, everyone that you see on that poster there kills it. Those top three, even Pratt. And yeah, Moneyball.
Moneyball. All right, Maria.
Yeah, I championed this heavily the other night. I love Moneyball. Spiderwick, like he says, for kids, fun, whatever. But Moneyball, I've watched it a lot. And I really enjoy it. I mean, it's complicated-ish, but it's not complicated. It makes all sense. Like you say, Aaron Sorkin's great. Moneyball for me, please.
Okay. Richie.
Yeah, I feel like if we go back, I think Moneyball is one of the more successful movies in tournament fights, even though maybe it hasn't won.
Moneyball is hanging on from 2011 as of right now
Yeah.
in the 2008 tournament. Yeah, it's still hanging on.
Yeah. and it's going to hang on here because it's like I feel like the Spiderwick Chronicles kind of had a bit of ease run. I don't think people are really high on it. It's a decent movie, but it had it went up against kind of like lower up competition. But yeah, it's not nowhere near as good as Moneyball. So yeah, that's where I'll go with Moneyball.
Okay, Chris.
Spider-Verse Chronicle about after forgettable at Disney forgot about it and canceled the show so quickly. So Moneyball.
Okay.
True.
Malcolm.
I mean, Spider-Man Chronicles is not owned by Disney. It was just one of those random ones that was Disney was doing a TV show based on it. But I mean, it's fine. I enjoy it. But yeah, Moneyball is really good. And if I'd remembered it never won, I probably wouldn't have would have let it win something. But Moneyball gets my vote here.
Am I the only one who really likes the Spider-Man Chronicles? I like that movie
Yes.
a lot. I don't know what it is about it.
I like it. I
find it really, really charming and fun. I like that movie. I think it's one of the better sort of kids' fantasy movies of that time. It's smarter than people give it credit for, and I like it. So I would have voted for Spider-Man Chronicles, damn it. I'll be the one person. I like that movie. That's all right. Moneyball's good.
So tell me about how you really feel.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
How the fuck did this make it?
Mamma Mia! How did this
Drag me to hell. They go together.
Oh, what? Maybe Brian can tell. How the hell? Mamma Mia must have a really nice, easy bracket. Yeah. All right. We're gonna hear it first.
Oh, really? I know every ABBA song from when they were new. And I think Mamma Mia is kind of a masterpiece in its own way. I know Pierce Brosnan's not the greatest singer in the world. However, you got to give him props for trying. He must have been embarrassed to death. I think it's great. I enjoyed it a lot. I've watched it a bunch and done sing-along version of it at the movie theater and so forth. So I'm going to vote for Mamma Mia.
That's how it made it this far.
That's how it made it, yeah.
No, I didn't champion it before. It just showed up. And it wasn't my fault. Maybe it was, but I don't know.
Richie?
Watching repeats of Mamma Mia is my version of hell. Drag me.
You're so funny. You and JP are so funny. Jesus. I guess that's what you're supposed to be.
Catch me and Richie live.
That'd be funny as hell.
If you want the second one, you have a lot more fun with that.
Yeah. Chris?
I didn't like the second one.
Yeah. Thinking Mamma Mia got in over Forgetting Time March down a few other things. Yeah,
who was on this panel? Who the fuck?
I know you like.
Over Slumdog down Forgetting Time March. Okay. All right.
Yeah, get over Slumdog. What the fuck is going on?
Mamma Mia beat the Best Picture winner? What?
Mamma Mia beat Forgetting Time March and Slumdog.
Wait, were you not there, Bez?
Out.
I wasn't there. I was asleep.
All right. When I mentioned two movies on here that are on my worst list, Mamma Mia very high in my worst of the year. Comment below. I know somebody
Doesn't anybody like what I like?
But I hate this movie. Yeah, I hate Mamma Mia. I love the Barber Show. I hate the movie. The sequel is so much better than this shit. And I've read about it any day. It's stuck. It's stuck. Chris Martin, one of the worst things I ever heard in a musical movie. Yeah, damn me hell. I therefore want to talk more about Mamma Mia.
I keep thinking about what Richie said.
No,
Oh
Malcolm, you're responsible, aren't you? You're responsible, and
Malcolm and Maria, you were both there.
Didn't make
You
it.
were both there, Malcolm and Maria.
Mamma Mia. Here we go again.
Malcolm, you have responsibility. You're going to apologize right now.
I'm not. Look, Mamma Mia didn't even go up against Slumdog Millionaire Doubt or Forgetting Sarah Marshall. So,
what the fuck are you talking about, Chris? Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm mentioning movies that were on part 2 that didn't make it by Mamma Mia.
Oh, well, no, you can't do that. It's a randomized list. I want to know what it beat, is what I thought you were saying.
Yeah, I thought that's what you're talking about.
Probably something
Yeah,
like
and I was going to get there.
Thank you, Malcolm.
So, Mamma Mia got through because no one had seen what just happened. That's part
Better
of,
movie.
But not enough people on that panel had seen
That's fine.
what just happened.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
That's essentially how it sort of got into the championship.
Umbrage at that.
I mean,
What was the second round?
Dolores Umbridge.
Well, that what just happened was the second round. I can't remember what it went up against in the first round.
What did Mamma Mia go up against? Okay, that's okay. All right.
Yeah, so Mamma Mia went up against what just happened in the second round. I can't remember what it was. Probably against something that people weren't high on in the first round anyway. But yeah. Anyway,
I'll find out. I got the episode up. I'm watching right now.
We're going to investigate this.
We're get to the bottom of this travesty.
I mean, Doubt lost to Bolt. That's probably the biggest travesty.
No, because at least Bolt's a good movie. Bolt's very cute.
Is it?
Anyway,
Sarah Marshall lost Up in the Air, so Sarah Marshall just had a bad luck.
Yeah. Anyway, I do enjoy Mamma Mia. I think it's fine. It's still getting my vote here. Please.
No, drag me to hell. Yeah, my hell is having to watch shit like Mamma Mia. No, drag me to hell. JPO, please put it over the top. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, no, drag me to hell for sure. I don't hate Mamma Mia as much as the rest of the room, evidently, but it's not something to go to. It's one of the musicals.
So, Mamma Mia, I only have one thing to say to you, Mamma Mia.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I say good day.
We've got country teams up against
because Rachel's getting married. Rachel's getting married is pretty boring, so I can understand.
I like it. I mean, I don't know. I probably would have voted for it over that, but yeah, I don't know.
I would have voted for it, but I also understand if other people didn't.
Okay.
But once again, I think not enough people had seen Rachel getting married either.
It's also understandable. Really good. It's a very mockumentary, not in a fun way though.
All right, Richie, you're up first for Kung Fu Panda Men on Wire.
I know Wolfman would have gone crazy about Rachel getting married. It's awesome. It's amazing. Anyway,
I am not surprised at all if he would have loved it because that does scream.
I loved it.
No, Richie, allow me, the master of impressions. Guys, you don't understand. Rachel getting married has two of the best performances of 2008. All right, don't laugh at me. I'm being serious here. Just give it another chance. It'll go through. All right.
That was spot on.
I swear. Anyways.
Yeah, I swear.
You guys are killing me.
You apologize.
Man on. This is hard because I loved how Man on Wire won the second the part two. Because I like it's cool. A documentary can push through like that. It's a really cool documentary. I like it better than the film they made later with Justin Gordon-Levitt, but The Walk. But yeah, man, I love Kung Fu Panda. I think it's a really good animated film. So even though I said at the start I'd probably play for Man on Wire, that was all dependent on what it would go up against, to be honest. So I'm gonna go against it. And I'll go Kung Fu Panda.
All right, Chris.
I think Man on Wire a long time ago. I liked it a lot from what I saw. I had to go for Kung Fu Panda. The Uwe, death scene when he passed in one of the most beautiful moments animated in the movie. I love that movie to death. And Ian McShane, fantastic development. So yeah, Kung Fu Panda.
All right.
Yeah, I did find I finally got around to watching Man on Wire for this. I think it's a fine documentary. I'm not a big documentary guy as it is. I just watched it because it won and it was highly regarded. So I thought, I'll watch it.
You're a hard guy to impress, my friend.
It's one of those ones it's not so much that, but it's just was it really a documentary about just how someone set up all this?
It's amazing. Anyway,
it's a heist. He set up a heist.
Yeah,
he heisted the World Trade Center. Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not saying it's terrible. It's just I'm probably not going to go crazy over documentary. It's just one of those ones. I've never been the big documentary guy as it is. But I like Kung Fu Panda. So Kung Fu Panda gets my vote.
Yeah, no, I do like Man on Wire. It's a good documentary. But yeah, Kung Fu Panda is in my 128. I dig it. One of my favorite animated movies of all time. So I love it. Kung Fu Panda for me. JPO.
Check my eBay store. This Cody Rhodes Micro Bro will be up tonight. You know what? I actually totally feel what Malcolm's saying. I'm very documentary ignorant, so Kung Fu Panda gets the vote because it's really good and I've seen it.
Okay. And Maria.
I don't even know why I can talk. You guys are killing me. Man on Wire, I haven't seen it. It sounds good. I will watch it, but I Kung Fu Panda, come on, that's like it's like its own thing. I mean, yeah, it's great.
Just watch the Joseph Gordon-Levitt version.
I should. Yeah, Kung Fu Panda is my vote. I think that's a great movie.
All right. Sweet for Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, unless you want to hear Justin Gordon-Levitt do an awful accent, don't watch.
No, it's a good movie.
Got Gran Torino. I think it's a
no.
social media.
Oof.
Ooh.
All right, Chris.
I had to go with one of my favorite movies of that decade, Social Network. Amazing, the script is great, the acting is great. Still shot to this day, Andrew Garfield did not get nominated for Best Supporting Actor. Freaking Oscar snub. Yeah, Social Network.
All right. Social Network. Malcolm.
Yeah, I like both these movies. Social Network shows up a lot. I mean, a good reason why it is really good. So I'm going to give a vote to Gran Torino. See what happens.
Yeah, I might also give a vote to Gran Torino to see what happens here because I do like that movie a lot as well. I was just watching a Clint Eastwood movie before we went this. We did a little family movie night with my new movie theater seating couch and my backlights on my TV. My movie theater is complete. Pictures to follow. But I'll give it to Gran Torino. We were watching for a few dollars more, by the way. My favorite Western. JPO?
Social Network is I think decently several notches above quality, but I'm going to give it to the really good 2008 movie, Gran Torino. I will also give it a vote.
Okay. Maria?
The Social Network, please, one of my favorite of all time. It would be in my top 5 of all the movies I've ever seen. So, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Richie?
Yeah, I'm not a I love Social Network. I'm not a fan of the posters. No dislike button. Anyway, Gran Torino's great. So, you know what? I'll give it to Gran Torino for now. For now, it's good, and we don't see it as much as Social Network, so why not?
All right. So Gran Torino holds on and knocks out Social Network out of this latter series. All right.
And that is
all right. So all right.
Holy shit, we're almost on time.
There we go. Yeah, we are doing good. So it's speedy time, and we will see which one takes the 2008 series. And the winners of these, Malcolm, right here, will move on to the 2007 because this will be our Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Upcoming here, we'll hang on to the next turn. So all right, Malcolm's up first for Madagascar 2 and Marley and Me.
Yeah, I'm going to go Marley and Me.
Madagascar 2, JPO.
Madagascar 2.
Maria.
Madagascar 2.
All right. That's what you, Joseph Gordon-Levitt in The Walk. All right, Richie.
Madagascar 2.
All right. And Chris.
To vote on maternity leave, your mail. Madagascar 2.
All right. Madagascar is going to hang on to the 2007 tournament.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, time to put the dog down.
And Be Kind Rewind. All right. I'll go first. I'm going to go Be Kind Rewind just because I'm only halfway through In Bruges.
In Bruges.
Bruges. Okay. Maria.
En Bruges.
All right. Richie.
In Bruges.
Chris.
In Bruges.
All right. Malcolm.
In Bruges.
All right. To the 2007 tournament.
Cloverfield up against the wrestler.
Jesus Christ, what's wrong with these people?
JPO.
Wrestler.
All right. Maria.
As the person that throws people around, the wrestler.
All right. Richie.
The wrestler.
Okay. Chris.
The wrestler they are not Cloverfield out of race wrestler.
All right, Malcolm.
I'm going to give the Statue of Liberty the Ram Jam, the wrestler.
And I got the wrestler, but I love Cloverfield. All right, so the wrestler will hang on to another tournament. All right, got Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, doggone it.
All right, 2009 battle here in our 2008, but only one will hang on for another tournament. Maria.
I can't not pick Star Trek. I love it so much. I got to go Star Trek.
All right, Richie.
Up in the air.
Okay, Chris.
Up in the air.
Okay, Malcolm.
One of these movies is up in the air. The others take place up in the air. I'm going to go up in the air.
All right.
That's true.
I'll take up in the air. JPO.
Up in the air.
All right, 5-1 for up in the air. Star Trek is gone. Up in the air hangs on for another tournament.
It's in my heart. That's all that matters.
All right. There we
I'm
go.
not Star Trek. I do that was tough.
It was.
Okay. Wally in the Dark Knight. Richie.
Michael.
All right. Chris.
Why so serious? Dark Knight.
All right, Malcolm.
The Dark Knight.
Man, put it up against like The Incredibles, and I'll go with that. But no, it's Dark Knight. JPO.
Where's Rachel? Dark Knight.
All right. And Maria.
The Dark Knight.
All right. Dark Knight will hang on. There we go. Okay.
Role models up against Iron Man.
All right. Chris.
Fight a slight margin just because it's the final half of Role Model a little bit better than Final Fight of Iron Man Role Model.
Oh, okay. Malcolm.
I'm going to go
He's a
for
lark.
I1 Butterfly Man. Iron Man.
I'll go Iron Man just by a little bit. JPO.
Even though I am a former LARPer, that's a true story. I'm gonna go with Iron Man.
All right. Maria.
Iron Man, please.
Okay. And Richie.
Iron Man.
All right. Iron Man takes that one.
It'd be interesting.
Oh, we're gonna get a superhero matchup. Yeah, coming up when we come back around. Moneyball. Dragon Hell. Another 2011 versus 2009 here. See which one hangs on. Malcolm.
Moneyball.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go Moneyball. JPO.
Moneyball.
Maria.
Moneyball.
Okay. Richie.
Moneyball.
Okay. And Chris.
Moneyball.
Moneyball hangs on for another tournament, Malcolm. It's going to hang on into 2007. It might be the one that's hung out the most tournaments.
I was gonna say, do you know if it's the Marathon Man so far?
Well, I think the one before that went the most was actually like Palm Springs from 2020, hung on to like 2017 or something like that, and hung on for a while. But this one's actually hung on more. So, well, I will say also, Creed hung on from like 2015 to 2012. It did very well. Creed was a strong one, but Moneyball may have topped that right now. Yeah. So, yeah. See how far it makes it. Gran Torino, Kung Fu Panda. I'll go Kung Fu Panda. JPO.
Kung Fu Panda.
Okay. Maria.
Kung Fu Panda.
Richie.
Kung Fu Panda.
Chris.
Yeah, go with the one that not about my savior. Kung Fu Panda.
Seems weird. Anyways,
Jack Black is a white panda. Just
I was gonna go Gran Torino.
All right. The Kung Fu Panda will take this one.
Sorry, I just had to say that about Gran Torino.
Wow, we're really moving.
Yeah, we're doing good. All right. So let's go into the final four here.
It's the post for Madagascar say you've got to move it.
Mm-hmm.
I like to move it.
In Bruges and Madagascar 2, JPO.
I like for it not to move on in Bruges.
Okay. Maria.
Damn. God.
Is that what that mean?
I think I'll do Madagascar too, please.
Okay.
Okay. Richie.
In Bruges.
I just think those penguins. I can't get over it.
Chris.
Yeah, I did not
They're funny in
have
other
a
movies,
fight me over the phone in the booth.
Bruges. Malcolm.
In Bruges.
And I would go Madagascar. So I've seen it all the way through. But in Bruges. All right.
Right, you got the wrestler up against Up in the Air.
Oh my
God.
Now we'll see where your love is, guys.
Maybe I should at least get it. I'll get one of these in here because this deserves it.
What a predicament.
Like choosing my favorite children here.
Maria.
I'm gonna go with Up in the Air.
Okay. Richie.
The wrestler.
Chris.
Oh, they had me Up in the Air.
Okay. Malcolm.
The wrestler.
Up in the Air. JPO.
The wrestler.
It's a tie to Richie.
The wrestler.
All right, the wrestler.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
That was
continue.
tough. That was tough.
Ban
was
you from all RPW shows.
All right, on the other side, I believe we got our superhero matchup, and I believe these came out 2 weeks apart from each other. Is that right? Didn't Iron Man come out 2 weeks
Iron Man
before?
came out in May, and
It's-
Dark Knight came out in July.
Oh, that's right.
That's
That's Incredible Hulk. That was Incredible Hulk, right?
That's the
Yeah.
great what was it, RDJ joke of like, you're gonna be the king until Dark Knight comes out.
It's still Dark Knight, yeah. Well, Iron Man could have failed and killed the MCU before it even started. That's a what if. Right there.
Yeah.
All right, Richie, you're up first for Dark Knight and Iron Man.
Iron Man.
All right. Chris.
Iron Man is great, but Dark Knight to have everything perfect except for one more area. Dark Knight.
Malcolm.
I'm gonna go Iron Man.
I'll pull for the underdog here. Let's go Iron Man. And JPO.
Yeah, I'll use that sweet logic since they're not like drastically far apart. I know Dark Knight's won because it won mine. So Iron Man.
He's not wrong. Maria.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Iron Man. Just too much writing on that one.
All right, Iron Man. Push through over the Dark Knight. But the Dark Knight will hang on to the 2007, so we'll see it again in the next tournament.
I
We got
love Iron Man.
Moneyball,
That's final.
Moneyball, Kung Fu Panda, Chris.
I didn't pull for the underdog here. I'm going to come from Panda. Beautiful, beautiful movie.
All right, Malcolm.
Moneyball.
I have no problem voting for it. It's in my 128, Kung Fu Panda. JPO.
Kung Fu Panda.
Maria.
Moneyball.
Moneyball. Richie.
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda. Just hanging on to this one. All
Say
right.
goodbye to Moneyball.
Goodbye, Moneyball.
Well, we'll see Moneyball until the next tournament because it still moves on to the 2007.
Oh, he's still around? Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah. We'll see it again because it continues to hang on. Yeah. So we'll see it in 07. All right. In Bruges and the wrestler on the left side there. Malcolm.
The wrestler.
The wrestler. JPO.
The wrestler.
Maria.
For JPO, the wrestler.
Richie.
The wrestler.
Wrestler. And Chris.
I'm ready for some chaos in Bruges.
All right. The wrestler takes out In Bruges. Well, we'll see In Bruges again in the 07 tournament. All right. All right. On the other side, Iron Man and Kung Fu Panda. I'll go Kung Fu Panda. JPO.
I'm gonna strategically say Kung Fu Panda.
Well, now we know what you're doing. We'll probably just wait the wrestler.
I'm not a liar. I'm an honest man.
All right, Maria.
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Okay. Richie.
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Chris.
I'm going with the one that looked like a Transformer final fight. I come for Panda.
Malcolm.
I'm going to strategically vote Iron Man.
Well, we have a strategic tie that goes to Chris.
Yeah, sorry, Iron Man. I love Kung Fu Panda. Like,
All right, Kung Fu Panda up against the wrestler in the finals here.
This could be interesting. Let's see what happens here. Oh, we're back down to the bottom with JPO.
Wrestler.
All right, yeah, says Al, and there's wrestling. Maria.
I hear that sound a lot.
Yeah.
For JPO again, the wrestler.
Okay.
Yes.
Richie.
I want to be a dick here.
No.
Go for it. Go for
I will
it.
ban you from RBW shows. I know you don't come.
Be a dick. Come on.
Pick the
Think
one
of
you
your
want.
friend Vikingo. Think of Vikingo.
The wrestler.
All right, Chris.
Listen, I love the wrestler. I do a hat level something. That's anime.
You went underwater, but I'm pretty sure you said Kung Fu
Yeah.
Panda.
No, I heard
Malcolm?
wrestler.
Or Kung Fu Panda. All right,
Down talker.
Malcolm.
Sure, let's make the wrestler a 2-time winner in the same week. The wrestler.
Oh, are you voting for the wrestler?
Yeah, it's done.
Oh, okay. I was voting for Kung Fu Panda, but the wrestler, Malcolm said, in the same week, a 2-time winner. In the exact same
I'm gonna vote for the wrestler.
This is the real win, though. Like the other one's like a half win almost. This shows it's the best movie of the year.
Yeah, so 2008's part 1 just a few days ago on Monday night, and it is now a 2-time winner, just like
Yeah.
that.
I'm glad I was here for
Just
both
like
of them. Yeah, sweet.
All right. So the wrestler, 2-time winner, just like that. How about that? Okay, there you go. All right.
Can you do plugs for me first? I gotta go.
Already? We went an hour, and you still have to go.
I guess I gotta go. Yeah.
Why
That
did
means
you
you would
sign
have. That means you in your mind had to leave early then, because
No.
I could
forgot
not have
about it.
predicted we went this fast.
I forgot. I honestly forgot about a match that I got a link to.
Right, you
like,
double booked yourself. Just be honest. All right, go.
You double booked yourself. That's fine. Go ahead, Richie.
I get it.
It's funny, Richie. I really enjoyed it.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Motherfucker. Yeah. Look. I double booked myself because I do that, and yeah. You can find me all the places, Lonely Marks, and everybody. Yeah. And all the places. I'm sorry, and I love you all. I made it to the end. There you go. Good night.
We love you, Richie. Good night.
That might be true, especially if these plugs don't go very long. We're at 6 minutes. Yeah, there you go. Well, I mean, it was a half bracket. It's a championship bracket, so we all stuck to our times. But speaking of that, JPO, we're already at plugs. We're an hour in. It's only 10:08 Eastern time. Cool. Plugs. What you got?
What do I do? I had this whole next hour plotted out for this.
I know,
right? I know, man. Always, you can see all of these faces popping up from time to time over at the Periscope. We have fun over there with trivia and countdowns and brackets and other things, shenanigans. Pierce Wrestling channel as well. We do some similar wrestling stuff there. We just crowned tag team champions in Rio de Janeiro. That's a lot of fun. And check out Real Pro Wrestling as well. We'll be putting some more matches in the next week or so from our 4th charity event, set up and fight that benefited the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
I was going to say when I tell him how long this episode was.
I don't believe you.
That isn't true.
I don't believe you. No, you're lying to me. Anyways, Maria, what you got?
I'm here and there, everywhere. I appreciate you guys so much. It was so funny tonight. I just had such a great time. I've had some disappointing news this week, so it's great that I got to laugh for maybe 5 minutes over one joke. It's just so funny. So thank you for having me, and I enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
All right. Cool. Chris, what you got?
Yeah, here, there, anywhere. I have a few matches being taped pretty soon. It was a great time. I love talking about one of my favorite years. Great time, everybody. Despite some shocking upset in there.
Yeah, well, that's what anything can happen in your
Shocking.
own tournament
Like
fights.
that.
Yeah, it's definitely shocking. All right, and Malcolm, what you got going on Take 3 Productions?
Well, on Take 3 Productions on Sunday, you can we're talking about Paul Dano movies. JPO is going to be there as well, and you can also find me hosting trivia over on Full Metal.
Yeah, and I won't do too much. I'll just plug what's coming up in the next week here on Movie Hero Network. It's coming up tomorrow night. Myself and Jacob Barber will return with a podcast about movies around 6 o'clock Eastern Time, which you can catch here on the Movie Hero Network. We'll be continuing our anniversary series, movies celebrating 20-year anniversaries and 15 anniversaries. So we'll be selling Too Fast, Too Furious. We'll be doing Big Fish in Bruges, which I will finish tomorrow before the show, and we'll talk about it. And then The Hurt Locker as well. Will be our movies for that show. Then right after that, about an hour or two after that, you can catch me over on Mega Movie Z, our friend Wolfman's channel. We will be doing a drink along and a watch along, playing the drinking game to Tommy Wiseau's The Room, which we will play on screen because we found a clean
He did
version.
not hit her. He did not.
And yeah, so if you have not seen it, watch it on the channel with us. You'll be able to see it on screen. You can watch us die on screen. So there will be a manslaughter on screen tomorrow night. So please watch along with us. If I'm still alive, once I wake up from my coma, on Tuesday night we will be doing our 100th episode of Tier Ranker Fights. That's right, big 100 for Tier Ranker Fights. A couple people from Movie Hero Network will be on that one. What we're going to do is we're going to take the top 3 movies from each of our movie-centric Tier Ranker Fights of the past and put them all in a big pool and determine the best of the best of the best of the greatest. And it's going to be really hard and really tough, and we'll see which will make the ultimate.
Best of the best of the best of the best, sir.
Best of the best of the best, sir, with honors. And then I believe on Friday, we'll be doing our tournament fight Western edition with Dan Skip Allen. So I'll have to have the cowboy clips ready for him, tell him to keep it moving along, which I do have one of those. If anybody would like to see it, I got a Western one.
Hurry up, we haven't got all night.
There we go. See? I got one.
Oh, you gotta have that clip ready for when people are going to.
Oh yeah. Well, I also have this on standby. I haven't had to use it yet, but
Wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up. So yeah, that'll do it for the Movie Hero Network. Not much else. Just make sure you set that notification bell. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We certainly appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. Cowboy Pest might make an appearance on that show. If you saw the Battleground Westerns exhibition, we'll see if he makes an appearance during that show. Will he? I don't know. Tune in to find out next Friday on Tournament Fights. But for now, we're going to wrap things up here. So for Richie, for JPO, for Maria, for Chris, for Malcolm, for myself, Austin Pestel, this has been the shortest episode of Tournament Fights on record. 1 hour, 10 minutes, 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 00 seconds. And we will see you guys if I can pull my video because I was not ready to do that because we were so early. Right now, we'll see everybody next time.